Hey everybody, Tamara here. How have you been? Tell me. Great, I'm glad to hear it. It's wonderful, wonderful. I have super duper failed at vlogging all of the BookTubeAthon business, so we're gonna have a little bit of a difference here. So this is just your intro to let you know that I did the BookTubeAthon, kinda, sort of failed at it, read some books though, and that was a good time. And then I'm gonna switch over to some vlog footage, and then we're gonna come back to my face, present day, with Poofball to round out talking about the books I read. Alright, does that work for you? Excellent. Here goes me. Hey y'all, Tamara here, and we're doing BookTubeAthon. Are you excited? Have you been reading books? I haven't read anything yet. Today was a really tough day. I want to talk about why, reasons, personal stuff, blah blah blah, but it was a bad day. I had planned on doing the BookTubeAthon thing earlier, but it just didn't work out, so I'm going to do it now. Let me see. As you can see, it's 11 after 11 here in Honolulu. Whenever it's time for a new book, I'll decide on one of the challenges to do, and I shall pick the book from that. I have the fan off, so I am so hot. It's only been off for a few minutes and already my forehead is sweating. So I am going to do the coin toss. Oh my gosh, the coin toss. And this is a Sacagawea coin. Let's see, will you focus on the coin? Are you gonna do it? Yeah, so this is Sacagawea. I'm choosing between two books. I'm looking over here at the titles. I have them on my Kindle app, so I shall put them here. Oh wait, I don't want you to watch me. I feel awkward. So head's gonna be All Beautiful Things by Nikki Salsecto. And tails is gonna be A Duke by Default, Reluctant Royals by Alyssa Cole. Alyssa Cole. Dang, my mouth is just not doing well with words. But anyway, so the reason I chose these two books was yesterday there was hubbub around both of them. Alyssa Cole's book, this person who was clearly a racist jerk, just out of the blue challenges Alyssa Cole about the cover of her novel, asking her why there was a white man with a black woman on the cover, and called it some type of propaganda, which absolutely ticked me off. I'm in an interracial relationship, and I will tell you that it's not some type of freaking interracial propaganda. Do you even know what that means? I was very annoyed by it, but instead of going off on her and the thread with everybody else, I just decided to buy the book. Nikki, she did a post on Medium. I will link that in the description because I think that is really important post to read. And she was talking about how when she was trying to get published in Romancelandia, as I've heard so many refer to the romance genre, the romance publishing industry, and the kind of pushback that she received from people when she had black characters. And she even went so far as taking a manuscript, changing out the race until everyone was white, and leaving everything else the same when the characters were black, and the way when the characters were white, the way she was treated were absolutely different. And the bias is there, that's what I'm gonna say, but I don't want to tell you her story. I think that you should read it yourself. So anyway, let me flip this coin right here, and let's see happens. I haven't flipped a coin in a really long time. I wonder if we can zoom in. Right. Whoop. Heads. A duke by default. So alright, just believe me, it's heads. So, a duke by default. Excellent. Sorry if the fan's loud, but it's still hot, so y'all don't want me up here dying. But I finished a duke by default from the Reluctant Royal series by Alyssa Cole, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It's the story of Portia. She is a twin. She's from the United States. She's from a pretty affluent family, and she decides to be an apprentice to a sword maker, like a metalsmith, if you will, from Scotland. So she applies and she gets this position. She goes to Scotland and she has all these insecurities she has to work through, and he has a huge change in life that happens, and it's just really fun to watch their interactions, because they start off very rocky, like their first meeting. Yeah, things were really rocky. It was such a fun story. I really liked it. I've always wanted to visit Scotland, so I always love stories that are in Scotland and Ireland, because I want to go there and eat the foods and have all the beers. But anyway, so it was just great, and there was some really touching moments. I laughed out loud a few times, and the sex scenes were muy caliente. Like, I was almost clutching my pearls, because I've been reading cozies, and you know, cozies don't get down like that. But anyway, I really enjoyed it. If you're in the mood for adult contemporary romance, then I would definitely pick this up. The next challenge I'm going to do is read a book with green in the cover. And I'm going to read Stairway of Secrets by Shannon Caper. She is a fellow YouTuber and one of my writing buddies, and I bought this when it came out and I haven't read it yet, so I am going to read it now. And this is a cozy mystery. I don't know anything about it. I just bought it because I wanted to support my friend. So I'll check back in with y'all after I've read it and tell you how I feel about it. Boyfriend brought home lunch. Let me show you. So this is poke. This one is wasabi, and this one is miso flavor. And then he got taco. Let me show you. So there you go. On the left is taco fish, right? The fish?
Octopus.
Oh, it's octopus. Oh no. And this part is, what's that one?
It is shoyu ahi.
Oh, shoyu ahi. Okay. So mine's all ahi. Ahi's a fish. I'm gonna try a piece. First piece of taco. So it looks like that. Come on, just focus on it, camera. Do it. You can't really see it, but it's like, first of all, I don't know why the color balance is so off, and I can't fix it, or at least I haven't been able to yet. So it's like a white piece of flesh weirdness with a red, like a deep red ribbon around the outside of it. It's very chewy. It has like a briny flavor to it. She's spicy. Yeah, that's a no from me, dog. No. This is from a place called Owner Seafood. It's like this little tiny restaurant that's been there for like decades. It's like a tried and true staple around here. And I love it. And I've been getting the same stuff from there since we first started going there years ago. And I'm fine with that. Okay, so as I said, I was planning on reading Stairway of Secrets by Shannon Caper, but then something fantastic happened. First of all, do you use Libby? Let me see. Will that focus on you? No, it won't. I'm in Hawaii, and in Hawaii, with my public library, I'm able to use Overdrive, which let me know in the comments where you're from and if your library has access to Overdrive or something like it. And with Overdrive, you're able to access the library ebooks, audiobooks, and maybe other things too, but I primarily use it for ebooks. And there's an additional app called Libby where I'm able to access my library books basically on my tablet. My tablet. So, as I was going to read more of Stairway of Secrets, I realized that I had 2 books that came off of hold that were waiting for me to read other books so that I could get them before they were gone. When you put a book on hold, I think that you have 3 days to claim it. It's either 3 or 5. I can't remember. I'll put the information in here. In any case, so I was at my time limit basically, so I had to read 2 books with the strict of quickness. I'm looking at my tablet if you see me looking down over here because, I mean, come on y'all, I can't quite remember. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. Oh. Okay, so I can't remember exactly what those 2 books were. However, what's beautiful about Libby is that it gives you your activity. Can you just vote? Okay, I'm going to try to put a screenshot or something of me looking at this business. So, but I can see actions that I've taken. So I can see books that I've returned and I can see loans that I've taken out. So I needed to get these 2 books back. And what I did was I read 2 books in basically a matter of minutes. I read 2 books by Nora Roberts, Convincing Alex and Waiting for Nick. Other books in the Stelansky series that my library has. And again, I'm pretty convinced that I've read them, but it was a long time ago and I definitely enjoyed the reading of them. And because I returned those, I was able to get Fatality by Firelight, which is the 2nd book in this series that I just started, and it's a pretty new series. This book was released, let me see. As I'm looking at it, I can click here in Libby and it'll show me this information, and it'll show how I can renew the loan on the book. I can return the book here, I can send it to a different device, look at the tags, and then view title details, which is what I want to do. Also, it'll show what card is linked to that book. So yeah, this book was just released February 27th of last year. So it's from the Kat Latimer series, and I really liked the first book, so I wanted to check out the next one. I like the series so far, and I was really excited to be able to get that next book. I also got Blood and Magic, which is book 3 of the Cousin O'Dwyer trilogy, and I have had to wait a long time because it's the Nora Roberts book, and it's a newer one, I'm pretty sure. So the hold on those are always massive. If you haven't read many Nora Roberts series or books, you'll find that there is a huge amount of magic and mystery and Ireland. Like, if she does not have any Irish roots, she definitely just loves the country, and she often sets books in Ireland, which is great because I always wanted to go to Ireland, and I still do, and one day I will. And so I like to read about fiction set in Ireland and Scotland because they'll be fun. In any case, so this series has this whole kind of magic vibe to it, and I'm not explaining it very well because I have to reacquaint myself with the trilogy, because I read the other two books. I was able to read them fairly quickly, but it was in like April, so you know, there's been a time gap between then and now, which happens when you have to get books from hold from the library, but it's worth it if you don't want to buy the book, and you certainly don't want to download it illegally, and you don't have anyone to borrow it from. Then the library holds are where it's at. And I was especially sensitive to the holds because I had messed up, and I didn't realize that the latest Stephanie Plum book, I'd had it on hold and it was released to me. I was like one of the people who was on hold for the book before the library had it. I'm that girl. Like, if I find out that a series that I'm into is releasing a book, I immediately go and try to get it on hold to get as far ahead as possible. But I was still a huge number behind. But I finally got it, didn't realize it because at the time I was really focusing on writing my own stuff and I wasn't reading much. And then I came back and found that it had been given to the next person in line because I didn't claim it quick enough. And my checked out books, I think you can check out 10 books at a time, and it was full. And it was all my fault, and I was horribly sad, and now I am way down in the waiting list. I am 139 out of 154 with 12 people waiting per copy. There's 13 copies in use. So Libby approximates that I will get the book in 21 weeks. Oh, past Tamara, you screwed me once again. But again, if you're able to get this Libby app, it's really helpful. I'm not sure how many books I read in total. I'll give you a number right here because I'll add them up as I'm editing this. And I had a good time with BookTubeAthon, even though I did not make a TBR, I did not read as many books as I wanted to, but I still read a bunch and I had fun. So let me know, did you do BookTubeAthon? Did you make a video or a blog post about it? If you did, let me know, I'll go check it out. I hope that you are having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.